What's up, everybody? JD coming to you with another Ultimate Movie Survival Guide podcast on Podbean. I am chilling and kicking it with Steve. What up, Steve?
Hey, y'all. Welcome.
And Chris. What up, Chris?
Not much. How y'all doing out there?
Man, I hope everybody's tuned in and ready for this one. We've been talking behind the scene for a couple minutes, getting ready for this. We've been building up and wanting to do this one for a while. Gonna go ahead and build that suspense up for a second. This one came out, guys that are listening and gals that are listening, in 1984. It's, you have this little creature and you can't get it wet. You can't feed it after midnight, and it doesn't like bright lights. Does anybody out there have any guesses of what it could be, those listening? Is the suspense built up enough?
I'm petrified.
Oh, okay, all right then. Here we go. We got Gremlins. Yes, Gremlins. That is what everybody wants. 1984. Daddy was going to a store. He wanted a special gift for his boy, and went to Chinatown. Went down into a little store and he couldn't find anything special, and the store owner was very reluctant to sell him little gizmo. But he ended up doing, he said, keep him away from bright light, don't feed him after midnight, and no water. And of course, you know, the guy just shrugged it off and left and took it home for his little boy. And for those who have watched the movie, which is totally awesome, classic, we know what pursued next. And so we have to ask ourselves, Chris, would you survive the Gremlins movie? And what would you do? Please tell us.
Oh, let me see. I'd probably have a house full of, you know those lights they have that mimic the sun? So I'd probably have a bunch of those and a shotgun, lots of ammo. Yeah, I'm going to start blowing these little guys away. Even the little furry cute ones. We don't need them either. Because they're the ones that started all the shit. So
Yeah? And you're going
Kill
through?
them all.
You're going to go through and keep going.
And that's what I'd do, just have a shotgun and everyone I came across. Yeah, blow it away. Yeah, aren't you a cute one? Boom, you know, and just...
Because they were ruthless. Little Gremlins, once they got wet and they started popping out like that and started turning into meanies, like, them guys were vicious.
Yes, they were. And you know they're hungry.
You think you would survive, Chris?
Yeah, let's all survive. Let's hope we all survive. I won't join the other team this time.
What do
Yay
you
for
think?
that.
All right, it's Christmas Eve, Steve. You're just kicking it with the family. These little monsters are running around, tearing stuff up, terrorizing. Are you surviving, and how are you doing it?
Well, if I get my hands on any kind of weapon, firearm whatsoever, I'm just going to start laying waste to them. That's all you can do. Kill them, keep them away from the water. If they find out water works for them, now you're screwed.
And you're just going around.
Just blasting away left and right. I'd run through everything I had as quick as possible.
With a high-powered flashlight, you know, like the one that you spot deer from the other side of the mountain. That way you can melt them as you're going along.
Yeah, those spotlights are awesome.
And you're definitely going to need like a team or a group of people, you know, because strength in numbers.
Right.
Yes, this is what they. You definitely need a team of people to work them out of hiding places.
What would you tell our listeners? What would be your advice to them, Steve, to survive a Gremlins invasion?
Carry a wedge of butter and some lime. Some kind of torch, any kind of weapon that goes boom.
And just shoot your way through it?
Yeah, I don't know how else you could do it.
Do you think the audience would survive?
Some percentage of it would probably live. I think some of it would be cannon fodder.
That's what we're here for, guys, to help you survive. The Ultimate Movie Survival Guide. We want you to survive this and have the best odds. Chris, tell them, what would you tell them to do, pack?
A lot of ammunition, probably some kind of high beam light source, maybe like she used in the movie, a camera with the flash. Something that, you know, that gives off a high beam of light.
and just going through, and you're just telling the audience to get a flashlight and a gun and just start shooting like Steve's saying.
Yeah, I'd maybe even put the flashlight on the gun, you know, and boom, boom, boom.
Now, do you think any of the listeners, Chris, would survive if they just kept running, or is this something that has to be addressed and you gotta?
Oh, you gotta address it, because if not, it'd be like a perpetual ball going downhill, just getting bigger and bigger, and be more and more and more monsters and gremlins running around if we don't take care of it.
Now, Steve, have you ever imagined what would happen if these gremlins were running around? Do you think you would just go around and start shooting them?
Well,
Be open season?
Well, there's going to be an open season, but it's toss up between you and them. I'd hope to get armed. That'd be my best bet to deal with them. And escape and evade after that.
This is a really good classic movie. When it came out, was a little bit before me because it came out in '84. So like I was only like a couple years old or whatever. But when I finally did get to watch this movie, it was like watching these little guys run around. You're like, oh man, what if your stuffed animals were these little monsters? And if you got your stuffed animals wet, they just came after you and started chasing you. You know, you would be if you're like under 3 foot tall or like 10 years old, you would be food for these guys. They would just run around and terrorize the whole town.
All right.
So from a kid's perspective, I think that if I was a little kid, I would be like totally scared and just run away. You know, I mean, I would want to survive. But as an adult, I think it's like open season. Maybe even get out the golf club.
That would be fun.
Just start swinging away. Like, hey, batter, because these are different. They're not as mean or aggressive as like the aliens.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're more mischievous.
Yeah.
You know, so you have kind of a little bit of a chance.
They're not
Maybe
plotting
even
ahead.
a hockey stick.
Yeah. Right. That's what I was thinking about, like with the golf club. That way you're just going through and that
Golf club's a natural.
conserve on the bullets,
Right.
Because bullets, there's hundreds of them just running around, being little.
Once they're gone, they're gone.
I always thought it'd be cool though to have Gizmo as a pet. What about you, Chris? Do you think you could follow the rules?
No, because he would pull that trick on me where he would set the clock back a few hours so I'd feed him, but it would be after midnight. And oh, look what Chris did.
Steve, do you think that you could handle the rules of having a little Gizmo running around without him popping out the bad guys?
I think it's only a matter of time till you slip up. At some point in time, you're going to get relaxed and chilled out about it and not take it serious. So for some period of time, yeah, but eventually, nah.
I can't wait till up here on the shelf we have a Gizmo. We're going to have to get one for the backdrop.
I was thinking, this little guy's going to start stinking at some point, ain't he? Things don't stay fresh forever.
I mean, so you
bathe
can't
him?
get him wet with water, but can you use a wet wipe? Or does that still count as getting wet? And then is he going to start shooting out the bad guys?
Right.
Do you have a favorite scene or part of the movie that you like to point out or bring up, Chris?
Yes, there's one where the mothers, they all hatch, the bad ones hatch. And the mother's around the house, she's got a knife in her hand, and she's looking for them. And she's got her, I think she's facing the camera. So behind her is a reflection of the reflection of the light in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And a gremlin comes up behind her, and all you see is the gremlin's shadow look up at her and take off. Yeah, I think that'd be the ultimate cranium fear, little things behind you looking at you, you not knowing about it.
Oh, and it just walks up and you just catch that glimpse.
Right.
Did you have a favorite scene of the Gremlin movie series that you like to recall on?
The thing I liked, one of the most enjoyable things is the way they transition between scenes. I mean, they did a great job of making them look like they were kind of running, but they weren't. It was just kind of cute the way they motored about.
I think everybody should watch Gremlins and relive it and rewatch it because you're going to see things that you don't remember and that you might not have caught when you originally watched it because there's a lot of hidden little gems in those movies. And while it is, I think it'll always be a classic.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like a staple in my childhood.
Right, definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
I seen it when I was 8. I believe. I seen it in Oscoda here, Oscoda, Michigan, and they had a balcony, and I got to see it from the balcony. And it's a
That'd
cool
be an
memory.
awesome shot.
It's a cool memory to have with me and my big cousin. You know,
Yeah.
cool memory, good times. You know.
How old were you when you were old enough to get to watch it when it came out in the theaters and stuff, Steve? You got a couple years on
Oh
us.
yeah, oh yeah. I saw it in the big screens multiple times. It was one of those good movies you could actually take a woman to, like on a kind of a fun date thing, and it wasn't a weird fun date thing, you know, because everybody of every age just got a kick out of the Gremlins shows.
Them guys were vicious. Chris, one-on-one, you don't have a gun, and it's coming for you, and it wants to fight, like hands-on. Do you think you could take it?
Yeah, look how small their arms are, man. But then again, I think about how small my arms are too. So, I mean, it's going to be a scrap.
It's going to be a heck of a scrap.
Two little, you know, I got scrappy arms and he's got scrappy arms, so we'll probably scrap it out.
Yeah, I think it would have been a great movie to take a date out to see. You know, you got a really good point on that, Steve.
Yeah, it's
you know,
oddly
it's a
enough.
classic. Watch it on the big screen. You know, the whole point of this is to give people great movies to watch, follow up and make them wonder and ask the question of would they survive? How could they survive? And
And it also makes a great Christmas movie.
it does make a great Christmas movie. I hope everybody likes it. It's been tuning in. We've got a lot more in store. You know, we've survived Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. We've gone through The Matrix. We've done Dawn of the Dead. We've done Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, we've done so many great flicks. Man, I think we could totally survive the Gremlins. I think that it would be an awesome challenge because they would be everywhere. So you would run out of ammunition, eventually have to use an alternative. You know what I mean? So whether it's like a chainsaw or running around with a meat cleaver or whatever, you'd just be outnumbered for sure.
Let's have fun killing them, though.
Let's have fun. And it'd be fight for survival too, because it'd be like 100 little Tyrannosaurus Rexes they're almost like Godzillas. Little maybe Godzillas just running up here like, rah!
50 little bites like a teaspoon, man, that'd add up.
And Chris, surviving it. What do you got recommendations for the listeners so you can survive this?
Run to somewhere where it's sunny all the time.
Yes, because sunlight will kill them. Or a powerful flashlight.
Right.
What about you, Steve, for the listeners?
I've developed some good bug repellent.
Bright flashlight, shotgun shells, golf clubs. And I think you guys will survive this. I hope you guys liked it and tuned in. Hope you survived the Gremlins. Thank you for tuning in to Ultimate Survival Movie Podcast. Chris, got anything in closing?
No, but I want to thank everybody for joining us, and I hope they enjoy it because I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed bringing it to you guys.
Fun talking to you all. Hope you're having a good night out there. We'll be back. I'll be back one day. I don't know when.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. More to come.
Peace.
Peace out.